So when it comes to Berserk Armory or damaging sets in general, there's not really too many options to go for. You've got Shadow Assassin and you've got Necron. Today we're going to be comparing the two. Before we do get into the video, if you do watch my videos and you haven't subscribed, then please consider doing so. We're getting very close to 6k, it would be very cool if we could hit it soon. And also, if you've not already joined the Discord, then join the Discord, there's a link in the description. It's good to be a part of. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. I hope you all do enjoy. So as you can see, we've got our Shadow Assassin set and we've got our Necron set. So to try and make the comparison as fair as possible, it's all recombobulated and it's all hot potatoed. We're not going to be testing it in dungeons just because I feel like that's going to be difficult to do, because most of that comes down to survivability. We'll get to that further on in the video. But yeah, outside of dungeons, they're pretty much at a level playing field in terms of damage. So I think the first thing that we should mention between the two sets of armour is the price. The Shadow Assassin set costs 53 million coins, and the Necron set cost 114. So that's over 60 million coin difference. Other things you have to consider about these two sets are the Catacombs requirements. Shadow Assassin requiring floor 5 completion and Necron requiring floor 7 completion. Also, what you have to consider as well is the full set bonuses. Shadow Assassin increasing your strength every time you get a kill within the dungeon, and the Necron's bonus, basically you take less damage from withers. So obviously in floor 7, in the boss room, this is actually really good. Now if we compare the damage statistics on both of these, Necron does have more strength and more crit damage pretty much throughout. The pattern is pretty consistent. Shadow Assassin giving 206 strength and 165 crit damage, and Necron giving 238 strength and 181 crit damage. So on paper, it seems like Necron will just do more damage in general. Well, it's time to put it to the test. Let's head over to the graveyard and do a damage comparison. Now the control weapon that we're going to be using is this 5-star Livid Dagger 1 for all. Not really anything too special, but it's just a middle ground that we can use for both sets. And as always, my damage is not going to be representative of everybody's damage. You might do less damage, you might do more damage, but it gives everyone a bit of an idea. So first of all, we're going to use this Shadow Assassin set. So let's just test it out and see what damage we do. By the way, we aren't using a pet just to make it a little bit more fair and even. Okay, so we're doing, what's that, 140k damage? 147, it will vary a bit because it has got fabled on the Livid Dagger. That was a backstab, 294. So let's say like 147k damage. Now we've got our Necron set on, let's test this out. Okay, so Shadow Assassin was 147k. Was that 140? Couldn't even see that one, to be honest. 145. It's very similar, 141. I mean, if anything, it does 150. It's very, very, very similar, to be honest. There's really not a massive amount of difference, to be honest, which is quite surprising. Now, aside from just the damage, there are a few benefits and a few drawbacks to both sets. For instance, Necron provides way more defense and marginally more health, basically making it way more tankier. And the Shadow Assassin set provides way more speed, making it much easier to actually get around dungeons. Considering all of this, you might be thinking, okay, this is all fine, but there's like a 60 million price difference, and the armor sets do seem, I mean, fairly comparable, to be honest. There's not a massive amount of difference in the main stat being damage. Having said that, Necron is just way more transferable and way more practical and usable for other things other than dungeons. Having said that, if you do use this set to its advantages, then it does literally become one of the most deadly sets of armor on the game. So, after all of that and consideration, I guess it depends on your circumstance on whether Shadow Assassin or Necron will be better for you. First of all, if you're a lower Catacombs level, maybe you've got floor 5 completion and don't have floor 7 completion, it sort of filters itself out and you're not going to be able to get Necron until you get the floor 7 completion. Having said that, in terms of Berserk and dungeons, and maybe even Archer, it does really seem like natural progression for you to go from Shadow Assassin to Necron, which it probably is. But if you are looking for a really good damaging set, and it's not purely going to be used for dungeons, then Necron is definitely the way to go. If you've got the coins, that is. Shadow Assassin is still a decent option. Obviously, you still have to have the Catacombs requirement even to use it outside of dungeons, which I guess is slightly annoying, but does make sense. But having said all of this, realistically, if you have floor 7 completion, you're probably going to have the coins to buy the set. And if you don't have floor 7 completion, then you're probably going to have less coins realistically. I mean, that's usually how it works. So it sort of does make sense for you to buy Shadow Assassin. What I'm trying to say is overall, Necron is obviously better, but it's completely circumstantial on which one is more fitting for you. Now there probably are going to be a few factors that I've missed and a few pointers, so if you do actually come across any of them, please let me know in the comments. But regardless of that, this is going to be just about the end of the video. If you did enjoy, please make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.